Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the 20th of December 2016, and my topic of discussion today is optimized strategic approach in obtaining and sustaining a funded account with TopStep Trader. So, first thing is first, I know if I release this video, I'm already anticipating what I call the haters and trolls. So, if you decide to click that uh, thumbs down button, please let us know why as to you did that. I'd like to know. And at the same time, if you do find benefit in this video, smash that like button, and it will certainly help me promote the channel. So, just a quick disclosure: I'm not a broker dealer. Certainly do not want to get sued for releasing this video. You would certainly lose your shirt trading futures, and you would lose your mortgage. So don't trade anything you cannot afford to lose. My second disclosure is I'm no way affiliated with TopStep Trader, nor I have attempted to join the combine. So realize that I'm just kind of putting my 2 cents on the matter. Why? So that's the biggest question. Why am I doing this? Uh, why am I presenting this idea to you guys? And my main reason really is more for curiosity. I'm curious to what the outcome would be if someone changed their thinking. So I once heard in a quote that if you want things to change around you, you got to change the way you think. So if you are stuck in some kind of loophole or some kind of loop to where you find yourself stuck into something, my best recommendation is to just change the way you think. And secondly, I really want, I you know how I feel and why I started this channel, and I just really wanted to collaborate with others. And this is kind of my way into contributing to the trading community, especially to those who are brand new. So what is my qualification? Um, I hate to toot my own horn here, but I've been a product team lead for a little over 8 years now. I've been an engineer for almost 12, and 8 years of that as a product team lead for the company that I work for. And some of my main tasks and my duties as a product team lead is that I over kind of I'm kind of on the top of the umbrella looking at the whole scope of the business, and my main task is um, to make sure that the things is running as optimized as possible, and of course in any business you want to your business to run as profitable as possible. So, and I perform several successful cost analysis. In the corporate world, they do a lot of feasibility study. So basically, if you go back to my some of my videos, I've talked about knowing your exit before you enter, and this is what corporate practice is. They try to figure out whether um, things is actually going to work out before they actually commit funding or money into any idea. And a lot of times, that's kind of my task is to prove or show that getting into a business is either a good or a bad idea. So having said that, I do hold an excellent track record on program execution, and I've seen it all. I've seen all the life cycles in any program or business, and I don't see trading as a different venture. Trading, to me, I see it as a business, and I treat them certainly as a business, and I'm a constant seeker for growth. So that's why I think um, I'm qualified to talk about this topic. First things first. One of the quote that I'd like to start off with is by Albert Einstein. If you don't recognize the image, he once said that doing the same thing over and over and expecting different result is pure insanity. And the second one is failing to plan is planning to fail. And later on, hopefully, that you'll see as to why I uh, I I place this quote. And certainly, my goal in making this video is to really help someone to think differently. And and my attempt is really to stop the common cycles that I've been reading about, really, about TopStep and someone joining the program. So like I said, I've been doing some research out there, and these are the common category that I should say. And it's just kind of catchy. It's not really good, bad, and ugly, but the most common category that I find people that are stuck in. First, kind of like myself, I was at one point I was looking at gaining Top Step Trader as a means for capital to fund my trading, but like myself, I've done the due diligence. I've done all the work. I've done all the feasibility study as to why this is a good idea for me, and it turns out it just wasn't a match. So that's the reason why I did not proceed with joining the combine to get funded, and I decided to fund my own. But if you're into the number two category, which I place as bad category, is that you're an individual who has tried the combine several times, and month after month, you're simply not successful. So if you're in this category, um, I have a couple of things that can possibly kind of change the way you think in terms of what do I say, in terms of planning for something, so that way you can stop the cycle. And lastly, the ugly part is you're stuck in this loop cycle of being in the combine, the funded preparation or funded prep, and then the funded account. So basically, you're going through these three steps over and over, and some people realize it, some doesn't, and some, I'm not sure if they're in denial of that's such a good thing or not. And to me, these are simple things that you could certainly correct by just really shifting your thinking, the way you think. You could certainly um, solve the bad and the ugly. So like I said, I've done some reading on these, and these are just kind of the common things that I get, or that's what I would, something that I would read about. One thing is that, is Top Step really a legit business? Some people are suspicious of as to how things are set up. You know, some are just blatantly would would say that, oh, it's such a ripoff of a business. They're just really out there to take your money. And some who have tried the combine or in the funded prep would say, the rules are just impossible to follow, and the list goes on and on. So what I'm presenting here today is it's an alternative way of thinking. Because bottom line is, if you're in the shoes of Top Step Trader, uh, it's their money, their rules. So the question is that, are you really a good match for the rules that they are creating? So the question is that, what if? So the big what if, right? What if we create a plan in such a way that it would address all these concerns that you would see online, right? So if you're doing your due diligence and you hear all these complaints about, I think the main ones really is the rules are just impossible to follow, right? So what if we create a plan in such a way that you can incorporate all of these complaints into your plan, and that way you can solve some of these problems, and it will be no longer a problem for you. So I guess what to do, right? What do you need to do to make this happen? So first things first, I'm going to make some assumptions about yourself. Just plainly, I don't know who's going to watch this. So but I think these are the three qualities that you must have to successfully um, get to the combine, pay that one-time fee, and pass it, get into the funded trader prep, and then get to the funded account so you can milk it as fast as possible, right? So the first thing is, I'm assuming, and really this is for you, that you honestly proven to yourself that you're profitable and you have a structured system in such a way that you can show month after month that what you're doing can actually produce income. Second is discipline, right? So basically, um, someone is handing you some requirements on how they want their money managed. So I'm assuming that you have enough discipline that you can actually follow and execute whatever they're asking you to do. And finally, the time. And this is the element that I decided not to join the combine because, as many of you know, I'm a part-time trader, and time is really something I do not have. As opposed to someone who's doing this full time. So having this aspect, or not having the element of time into these things that I'm telling you now, I pretty much opt out of the combine. So the key lesson takeaway here is really, you have to be honest with yourself and own up, and and ensure that you really have all these three items. So and as you can see, I color coded them because you would see all these three on all the other spreadsheet, or I mean, sorry, the remaining presentation. Trader's tool. So basically, I'm assuming that you're making good use of journals, spreadsheet, and if you can even capture your videos, or even better. I think it's a lot more beneficial for me because, like I said, I hate typing, so I just started video journaling everything to help me out. So here what I have here is I took a snapshot of the combine rules. And first things first is you have to truly understand the rules and requirement. So in a nutshell, what this really is to me is that the rules for money management, right? So let's see. So let's just kind of delve on, or dig deeper a little bit on this. And what I mean by truly understand what they're asking you to do is, let's just say on the 50K combine, right, that your daily loss limit is $1,000 and your maximum drawdown is $2,000. So the question is do you really want to spend $1,000 when your maximum drawdown for this account is so that's 2,000 divided by 50K. So I think that's about 2.5 or 3%, or 4%. Sorry. So it's only 4%, right? So let's see this, if I type that right. Yeah, so it's 4%. So if 4% is all they're allowing you to risk for this 50K scenario, do you really want to lose, or can you really afford to lose $1,000, right? And this is kind of what I mean by learning how to plan ahead on how to attack each of these combines. So whatever you decide to choose, if you think joining this business, or trying out for the combine is the best way for you to gain capital or have access to capital, then I urge you to do some front planning, right? So basically, if you look at the rules, right, think of it as in terms of look at this as if you're applying for becoming a money manager, right? So you're seeing all the questionnaire in front of you ahead of time. So the question is that how do you prepare for something like this, right? So are you the right fit for the position. So if you think of it in terms of a job interview, then you can certainly have the advantage already to prepare for it. And preparation, takes time. It just doesn't happen overnight. So you have to realize that that is the case. So anyways, um, so so now realize, now asking yourself, am I the right fit for this job? And I think this is probably the most critical step that key takeaway for this presentation is that you have to self-evaluate yourself on if you're really the right person for the job, right? And like I said, you're seeing the questionnaire, and if you look at this in terms of questionnaires for the interview, then prepare for it, right? Prepare for all this questionnaires that you have to address and prove to yourself that you're really worthy of the combine. So what I think most people forget to do is that to first prove to themselves that they can actually the right money manager for the combine. So here's step three. Here's a study. So this is what I'd like for you to consider, right? So what I have here is a two row column, or I'm sorry, two instances, two cases. One is someone who just joins the combine and not successful for the whole entire year. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that someone applies for the combine and thinking that they have what it takes, and they just month after month they'll pay the combine fee and try to attempt to be funded. And for this sake of the example, let's just assume that that person, that individual, is not successful, right? So overall total, if you total up the fee that individual pay, that it's total to $2,145, right? So the next row column below is what I call my optimized strategy. So let's just say you suppose that you're going to give yourself, like I said, you have to have the element of time into your plan, right? So let's just say that you're giving yourself, I don't know, 3 months to prove to yourself that you're actually worthy of the combine. Because like I said, the best scenario is to do the combine one time and one time only, and then after that you pass the funded prep, of course, and then on to the funded account, right? So that's the most optimal way at which for this instance, 50K, for the 50K combine, all you will ever spend is 165 in comparison to 2,145. But your worst case scenario as an optimized strategy is that what if you prove to yourself first that you are worthy of trying the combine, and even if you try three three times in 1 year, that would only cost you $495 as opposed to the 2K that you're fixing to spend. And and um so 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 like I said, this is just an introduction to get you to think differently. So if you do it in this manner, what you're really doing is that realize that even though that you're not in the combine, right, and you're proving yourself that you're worthy of the combine, what you're really doing is you're honing your not only you're honing your skills, because keep in mind, for these slots that are empty, these are the times that you're trading at a different platform, not the combine platform, but you're honing your skills, you're learning how to trade, and at the same time, you're using all the tools of the trade by documenting your trades, and making sure that you're following the combine rules and all of that. That you're honing your skills, you're really gaining experience as you trying to align yourself with the combine rules, and all at the same time. What I'm trying to show here is that instead of paying $165 per month, you can actually save this fee and put it into your bank account, so that way you can save money and gain skills all at the same time. Sorry about this, guys. I stepped out for a long time. Kids woke up from their nap and wanted to go to the park, so got to be dad first. And I took a nap and I lost track really of what I was talking about. So let me see. Let me try to pick this up. Hopefully I remember because I can't press the rewind button on this one. So I guess recapping back to myself, I guess um, the most optimum way really is um, is to get the combine correct, or get through the combine one time and one time only, which will I guess benefit you in the long run. Because like I said, if you're setting, instead of paying the combine fee and just setting the money aside, saving it, the cost savings is the difference of, as if you were to try on a month-to-month basis and not being successful. So this is plan A, right? So you have three chances to get it right for the year, and before you even get to these hurdle, um, the addition to what you're doing is you're trying to prove yourself that you can actually be successful in the combine, right? And plan B, worst case scenario, is that you were not successful the first year, and if you just take the difference between the two cases, plan B, to open up your own account, it'll probably take you, a little, around 6 years to get it done. But this is like this is not a scheme to get rich quick. And keep in mind that 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 you're really just honing your skill as you go through this whole journey of starting your own business and as a trader. And um, and at the same time you're creating the opportunity to possibly funding yourself by saving the money instead of paying the combine. So there's no difference between a simulated account, as long as the demo account that you have is in real time. There's no difference between the combine and there's no difference in the combine and an outside or another simulated account. Really the only difference is you're paying some fee to try out, right? So why not spend that time trying to learn uh, if you don't have the necessary skill to be that money manager. So here it is. Here's my sorry about that. If you remember from my random number generator, I just basically copied and pasted this portion right here. And so here's the top step trader rule for the combine. So like I said, for this example, I'm using the 50K as the combine of interest. You can do it in any other combine. So this is a way for you to prove to yourself. So I call it money management test, if whether you can even be worthy of trying out. So for this thing here, the rules is you have to trade a minimum of 10 days, right? So what I put here is I put 11 days, so that way it gives you 1 day cushion to meet that minimum day requirement. Um, if you were to divide the maximum drawdown, that means in 11 days, you could use all that up and divide it by by the amount of days you're trying to complete this combine, which is 11 days. Now you can use the whole 20 days to do so. um, and again, this is to your discretion. It's just an example on to get you thinking differently rather than just diving in and joining the combine right away. So this is just kind of a step-by-step scenario on how I can tackle all of this requirement and break it down to something that you could follow on a daily basis. So, and that way, it'll keep you honest. It'll keep you, the name of the game here now is at this point. When you get to this point, is really consistency. So you know, daily, 18 ticks is all you can really lose if you were to use up all 11 days to get through the combine, right? And with 18 ticks, I'm assuming crude oil here. Um, really 18 ticks. You know, either you use up all five trades, or really that's just good for one or two contract and about one or two trades. To avoid getting stopped out. And you can go back to my old videos, on using a 10-minute time frame. I think on those videos you saw that the average bar, um, it's anywhere from 10 to 15, even to 20 ticks per bar. So 18 ticks, that's just one or two trades. And really, if you limit yourself to the number of amount of trading, what you're really doing is you're training your eyes to look for the best setup that you recognize, and rather than be impulsive and pressing that trade button and fall into the trap of getting into the same price and losing on the first trade and getting on the same price. Basically you're in the wrong trade location and you keep trading that same price location. So that's what this is for limiting your number amount of trade. And I put a risk reward scenario of 3. So basically, on any given day, if you're willing to lose $180 for the day, then you're seeking 54, 55 ticks every day, right? So that's what this is. And if you go back to my calculator here, or my random generator, as far as creating a system, what I blackened out the other one just because that one is just a pure random generator. This one is more of a hit or miss. So basically, you're either going to lose that 180 for the given day, or you're going to make 54 ticks, assuming that you keep this one to five number of trades per day, right? So, and then what I mean by this is that you can scalp your way to make 540 and do it in 5 trades, or 1 to 5 trades, or you can just, if you can think you can capture 54 ticks in one trade on the first shot, then that's to your kind of discretion. So what this is on the cumulative P&L is the collection of this day. So you're really looking at the 11th day, right? The 11th day, when this thing hits 3,000, it turns green. So basically, on the 5th day, it's below 3,000, so it's not highlighted. On the 6th day, for this scenario, you could see that on the 6th day, you could actually make 3,000 and hit this profit target scenario. So really, the best scenario is make 3,000 in the first 5 days. But what I'm trying to demonstrate here is that giving yourself some cushion to play around, and keeping in mind, you're applying for a money management position. So as a money manager, how are you going to divvy up this risk? So the risk that they have in place here is that you can't do more than $1,000, and your maximum drawdown is basically 2,000. So as a risk manager, how can you divide that up and do it on a monthly basis, right? So that's what this whole spreadsheet, and I'm going to refresh this to come up with to generate all the random numbers. So as you see, I'm pressing this down, right? So you really focus on the 11th day or the 12th day, whichever, that you feel comfortable doing. And as you can see, let's see. So let's start on this one, right? So I'm going to refresh this spreadsheet 10 times and see if you can actually hit that profit target within those 10 trials. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, if you have three risk, 1 to 3 uh, risk reward ratio, that you could actually meet this $3,000 requirement and getting it done in 11 days, right? So if you were to do it again, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm mathematically showing you that if you're seeking a 3 to 1 risk ratio, meaning, again, let me reiterate, you're willing to lose $180 on a given day to make 540 in any given day, then by mathematical modeling, you could actually see that on the 11th day that there is a good chance that you will meet this target. So basically, what I'm trying to show you is that we already tackled the daily loss limit and the maximum drawdown, so we already addressed that. So now you're in a profit target of can you meet this profit target within a month, right? So you're actually being more aggressive and giving yourself a cushion and try to make it. And then at the same time, you got this requirement of 10 minimum trading days, and that's what this is, right? So you're simulating to see whether you could actually, if you can stack the odds in your favor. So as you can see from the simulation that I just performed here, that you could actually you could actually make this and be consistent at the same time. So you know you, I think it's best to just you know be consistent and make the money. So basically, if you make 540, you shut your machine and you go away. And then at the same time, you're not really wanting to lose $1,000 on a daily basis, but only trying to lose 180 just because you're trying to maximize that amount of time you're in the combine, right? So that's what this is. So finally, we're getting close to completing this. And this slide really, what I'm trying to put here is timing is everything. So this is number 3 of the element that I'm telling you. So again, if you put yourself into a situation where you're trying to make good use of the combine per month, there's a total of 20 trading days per month. So what I'm trying to get across here is that you can actually plan your timing as for when you're going to trade, or you start joining the combine if you need to. So on this instance here, you certainly don't want to do Christmas time and join the combine on the I don't know, the 20th of December. I mean, everybody knows that's dead at this point. People are going on vacation. Market becomes really choppy, and monthly contract rollovers every third Thursday of the month. So given all of this information, uh, you can certainly plan your way into as far as when you should join the combine. So pick a month that doesn't have any of this holiday. So this is kind of the key takeaway for this slide. So when all things fail. So finally, this is I think one of the last and final slide here. So where all things failed. So at this point, you tried the combine one time and you were not successful. So what to do, right? So the first thing you do is you stop, think, and act. So first of all, you need to stop and reassess of what you did wrong. So keep in mind the trader's tools that I pointed out earlier from this slide is that you go back to your journal and try to pinpoint where you need to, or where you failed. And essentially, these are the what I have put here as far as my assumption is concerned, is that in one of these categories is probably where you need to start filling the gap of your either knowledge, or you do not have the knowledge, or simply the experience. And this is where you need to start backfilling all where you're lacking from. So if you're lacking discipline, say, let's just say the reason why you failed the combine looking at your journal is that you cannot honor a certain stop, or you can't, you violated your certain budget for the day, and that's what caused you to trade a whole lot more, and any of that example. I mean, I think I've run into all the possible mistake one can make, and really for me now, I'm starting to realize sort of all the mistakes that I'm making, and like I said, the saying of doing things the same thing over and over is insanity, and when you expect different result, right? So when the sooner you can catch these mistakes, the better you will be as a trader, and for me, I'm a hard-headed, I'm really stubborn, so it took me a while to really learn what was going on. And basically, I'm one of those people who are just in denial. I mean, my background is an engineer, and I'm a pretty smart guy. I have a high GPA, but none of that crap really matters when it comes to the market. Because the market would take person's A money equivalently to person B. I mean, it's just how it works. It doesn't matter how smart you are. I always see it as a kind of like my wife. You argue with your wife, you're not gonna win. So might as well, happy wife, happy life, right? So the same thing as a market. You just allow it to what it's, what the market wants to do, and then you just kind of go with it. So anyways, so and when you fail, I got it kind of boiled down into three categories. So which of these item, one, two, or three, that you violated or you don't have, and partially, and this is why I titled this presentation as how to optimize your approach, right? So basically, I'm giving you an introduction on how to tackle and join the combine if you have to go join it. Anyways, well, that's it. I think I pretty much cover all the bases on how to get started. I certainly welcome all your questions, comments. Let's get a conversation started here. And if you have further question, I have my email address listed here, so you can certainly send me an email. Um, Remember, so just subscribe and like the channel. I appreciate those who are certainly sharing it and clicking that like button. And if you do click on the dislike button, have a reason. We all want to know as to why you did that. So anyways, that's it. I think I've covered pretty much everything. Apologize, the video is about 37 minutes long, and I apologize that I stepped out for a second and I lost track, and where I have to repeat myself. So anyways, y'all have a good one. Merry Christmas. Hopefully this kind of gave you some incentive to think differently and reconsider your approach, especially if you're stuck in the ugly and the bad scenario. Until then, y'all have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.